welcome once again. Thank you for joining me this week again for another week of predictions for the Italian Serie A. I hope you had a wonderful last week in terms of betting and you managed to bring in some profits. And so this week, let's go straight into our predictions for the Italian Serie A. And our first game is Torino playing at home against Lazio. And my predicted result for this game is that I'm going to have this game end in a draw. I think this game is going to end in a 1-1 draw, so both teams to score. And the draw, predicted scoreline, 1 goal. Peace. Alright, you want to do combination bets, you can have Torino or Lazio, and both teams to score no. So that's just covering both sides of the coin. So my predictions for the Torino versus Lazio game. Torino playing at home, that is. Torino, they're expecting a draw. Both teams to score, yes. Draw and both teams to score, yes. So that's a combination bet there. You can take that as well. Predicted scoreline is 1 goal apiece. And if you want to do another bet outside the box, another combination bet, you can go for either Torino or Lazio to win and both teams not to score. Alright. So those are my predictions for the Torino versus Lazio game. And so that's that for that. You can go through and take your pick as to what, or you can take them all. Choice is yours. Moving on to our next game. Our next game is Udinese versus Salernitana. That is. Right. So my predictions for this game is that Udinese should win here. You're not going to have it easily, I believe. They'll be challenged. And I expect them to win here, but no goals, so I don't expect both teams to score. And so I'm going to have here both teams to score no and under 2.5 goals. It's another combination bet. Alright, we can go here. We can get Udinese or Salernitana. I can't remember how to pronounce this word. No goals, alright. Alright, scoreline for me here is Udinese to win this game by 2 goals. Alright, 2 goals. If you want to bet the correct score, you can always go on the handicap system and you can bet for Udinese to win by a goal. And this is it. You'd bet Udinese to win by a goal here. Alright, so these are my predictions for the Udinese versus Salernitana game. Alright, Udinese playing at home. I expect them to win. Both teams to score no, I don't think so. Both teams not to score under 2.5 goals. That's a combination. You can take that one as well. And this is another combination that covers both sides of the coin. Both teams to score no, and either team to win. Alright, my predicted scoreline is 2-0 in favor of Udinese. I expect Udinese to win by 2 goals to 0. And also, if you don't want to bet the correct scoreline, you can go on the handicap system and bet for Udinese to win by a goal. Alright, so moving on to our next game. Our next game will be Inter Milan versus Spezia. Inter Milan versus Spezia. And here, Inter Milan playing at home. I expect Inter Milan to take care of business. I expect Inter Milan to win here. Spezia, I don't expect Spezia to score Inter Milan at Inter Milan. So Inter Milan to win and both teams to score no. Inter to win and no teams to score. No, both teams won't score. Also, and then so therefore my predicted scoreline is here that Inter Milan will win this game by 3 goals to 0. Alright, so these are my predictions for this game. Inter Milan to win, both teams not to score. Inter to win, it's a combination bet here right now. Inter to win and both teams not to score. My predicted scoreline is 3-0 in favor of Inter Milan. And so I'm expecting Inter Milan to win this one. I'm not going to use the words easily, but I expect them to win here. Alright, moving on to our next game. Our next game will be Sassuolo versus Lecce. Sassuolo versus Lecce. Sassuolo being at home. I'm expecting them to do well enough. But depends on the kind of day that they're having. Well, the last 4 meetings I've had 3 draws. The kind of meeting they're having. I think one is going to be a little bit tight, and so therefore, but if I should select a winner, I would go with the home team. But based on how things are going right now, I'm going to go to them. I'm going to say this one is going to end in a draw, and I do believe that this one is going to end in a draw, and I think it's going to end both teams to score. And you can answer the combination. Also the combination Lecce or Sassuolo to win and both teams to score, yes. So my predicted scoreline for this game is 1-1. If not 1-1, then it should be 2-1, yeah? Otherwise it's a 2-1 win for somebody else, but I'm selecting 1-1 is what I'm going with. Alright, so these are my predictions for the Sassuolo versus Lecce game. Should end in a draw, both teams to score. And here we're going to do another combination bet that covers both sides of the coin. Sassuolo or Lecce to win and both teams to score. And my predicted scoreline is 1 goal apiece for that game. So our next game of the Sassuolo versus Lecce game would be Empoli versus Fiorentina. And here now Empoli playing at home, Fiorentina playing away. I'm expecting Empoli to do well here. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to end with Empoli to take the win here against Fiorentina. I'm going to have both teams scoring. So I have Empoli winning this game 2-1. Alright. Our scoreline for this game is 2-1. Empoli winning 2-1. Alright, then you can go the combination. You can say Empoli or Fiorentina to win and both teams to score. Take that combination as well. And so these are my predictions for the Empoli versus Fiorentina game. Empoli playing at home, expecting Empoli to win here. Fiorentina, and I'm expecting both teams to score as well. And my predicted scoreline is 2-1 in favor of Fiorentina. Not Fiorentina, Empoli I should say, my humblest apologies. And they can also go the combination bet, and where you have Empoli or Fiorentina winning and both teams to score. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Empoli versus Fiorentina game. Moving on to our next game now, which is Napoli versus Monza. Monza, the new guys on the block. Let's see how they fare against Napoli. And so therefore now, Monza versus Napoli. Expecting Napoli to win here. Being at home, they should be able to win. Both teams to score now. My predicted scoreline for this game is that Napoli should win this game by 2 goals. Alright. Want to do a combination? I'm going to have Napoli and Monza to win a no goal. So I could do that combination as well. So my predictions for the Napoli versus Monza game: Napoli playing at home, Napoli to win, both teams to score no, Napoli to win 2 goals to 0. And here another combination, you can go with Napoli and Monza to win and no goals. Alright, so those are my predictions for this particular game, and you can go through the predictions and you can take whichever predictions you want, or you can take them all and make up your betting slip. Alright. Moving on to our next game. Our next game is going to be Atalanta versus AC Milan. Atalanta being at home. So therefore now this one is going to be interesting. Atalanta versus AC Milan. AC Milan, the defending champions. Atalanta, they've fallen off a little bit since the past 2 seasons, but let's see. This is a derby match, and let's see what's going to happen in this game. This game might very well turn out to be a draw, and so therefore I'm going to select this game to be a draw. Alright, I'm going to have this game being a draw, and I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-all draw. So both teams to score on the draw. Alright, it's a combination, and you want to cover all bases. You can say Atalanta or AC Milan and both teams to score. Yeah, my predicted scoreline for this game is a 2-all draw between Atalanta and AC Milan. Alright, So a draw, both teams to score, yes. Draw and both teams to score, that's a combination. I have another combination bet here. Atalanta and AC Milan to win and both teams to score. And my predicted scoreline is two goals per team. So that's a 12 draw for that game, alright? So those are my predictions for that game. For the Atalanta versus AC Milan game. And moving on to our next game now, which is Bologna playing against Verona. Hellas Verona versus Bologna. Alright? And that game is going to be played at Bologna's home, and I'm expecting a tightish one here, and so therefore I am going to see that this game is going to end in a draw also, and I'm going to have it both teams scoring. I'm going to say it's going to end in a 1-all draw. In terms of combination bets, you could have either teams to score and both teams to score, yes, and either team to win. Alright, so these are my predictions for this game. A draw, both teams to score, correct scoreline, 1 goal apiece. Combination bet, Bologna or Verona to win and both teams to score. Yeah, so these are my predictions for this particular game. Alright, so review them and after betting, moving on to our next game now, which is Roma versus Cremonese. Alright, Roma playing at home. Roma managed to squeeze a 1-0 win last weekend, and so therefore them being at home, I'm expecting them to do a little bit better. Still expect them to come away with the victory here, and so therefore I'm going to have Roma winning here by 2 goals. Alright, Roma to win by 2 goals. Both teams not going to score in this one, I believe, and so therefore my correct predicted scoreline is here, Roma winning 2 goals to 0. In terms of a combination, we can go with Roma or Cremonese to win and no goals. So running back to my predictions for the Roma versus Cremonese game, Roma playing at home, Roma to win, no goals. Both teams won't score, that is. Predicted scoreline 2-0 in favor of Roma. And Cremonese or Roma to win and both teams not to score. Yeah. And so anything outside of that surprise, I would say maybe Cremonese managing to get a goal against Roma. Alright, but these are my predictions for the Roma versus Cremonese game. Moving on to our next game. Our next game is Juventus versus Sampdoria. Sampdoria will be playing at home in this one, and so therefore Juventus being away from home again this season, I think that is a possibility that this one could end in a draw. This one could end in a draw, but I'm going to have Juventus winning this one 2-0. I'm going to say that Juventus is going to win this one. Both teams to score. Juventus to win this one 2-1, correct score, and 2-1. So therefore, combination bet, you have either team to win and both teams to score. And these are my bets for the Sampdoria versus Juventus game. Juventus to win, both teams to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Juventus. And if you want to go another bet where you cover all bases, Juventus to win or Sampdoria to win and both teams to score. Can use that as well. Getting a very nice out there of $2.70. Alright, so these are my predictions for the Juventus versus Sampdoria game. Sampdoria being the home team. Expecting Juventus to win by 2-1 here. Alright, so these are my predictions for the Italian Serie A this week. I hope you had a wonderful week last week, and I hope that this week you'll have another wonderful week again. Alright, so go ahead, place your bets, and do very well. Alright, thank you for watching. Watch my other videos and share my video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for your support. Thank you very much. Alright.